Welcome to another episode of WTF Cinema.
Hi, and welcome back. If you're watching this, it means you've decided to continue with me on my trek through Superman 3. Bless you. And what the hell's wrong with you?
Excuse me, Superman, it's me, Ricky from Smallville.
As he stumbles out the bar, the words of a small child reach him.
Maybe it's just sick.
And the words of a small child, plus the copious amounts of booze in his system, lead him on a voyage of he fights himself. Superman and Clark Kent duke it out in a junkyard. I shit you not. This is probably the best what the f*** scene in this entire film. Superman and Clark Kent duking it out. I'm not going to show you the entire fight sequence because it drags on forever. But here's a few special little clips just for you.
Alright. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on!
Okay, I'm not a chemical engineer or anything, but I'm pretty sure oil and water don't separate if you blow on it really hard. Isn't there some kind of process that makes getting the oil out so difficult? I'm also a little iffy on the concept of using your heat vision to seal in the oil. There is flammable oil just like a few inches between you and your laser eye beams. Doesn't it strike you as a bad idea? I don't know, you could blow up the boat? So, now that Superman is back to himself, he goes back to visit the blonde floozy who seduced him, only to be invited to the villain's lair. It's always nice when the villains leave you a calling card. So Superman is flying in to put the villains in jail, I guess. And our villains decide to take him out by shooting missiles at him. Right here. Right here. Do you see this? I got a problem with this. Why would you put a score bar on your missile system? In what world does it make sense for you to give yourself points for almost killing the bad guy? 1 or 0. These are your scores. Either he's dead or he's not.
It's very good.
Let's see how long you can carry on without any air.
I've got a lot of problems with that little snippet right there. That little piece we just saw. The invisible shield generator generated a visible bubble. Okay, I'll leave the fact that it managed to spontaneously create a self-sustained bubble around Superman alone. Because after all, we are talking about a movie about a man in red man panties that flies around. Most importantly, let's see how long he can survive without air. Bitch, he came from space! In the first movie, he flew around the Earth backwards to reverse time. In the second movie, he got into a fight on the moon. On the fourth movie, he also fought on the moon. He likes the moon. At the end of this movie, he goes into space for no reason at all other than to, like, wave at the audience, I guess. Guy doesn't need air. Somehow, Superman manages to break the bubble. I know, I was as shocked as you were. I really thought the Man of Steel would be stopped by a bubble. God, it's like Dr. Wily designed these defenses. So somehow, despite the fact that they were missing an element from kryptonite, the machine was able to create a kryptonite beam. How you make a beam out of a solid mineral, I'm not sure. How it found out the missing element to create the beam out of the solid mineral, they don't tell us that either. It just did. Richard Pryor decides that he does not want to be known as the man who killed Superman, and powers down the machine. The machine powers itself back up because it turns out Richard Pryor, who once again, unemployable bum, who a week and a half ago now had never heard of a computer, had designed a computer so sophisticated it developed artificial intelligence. In the 80s. Yeah. The computer apparently decides that the only way to fight Superman is one-on-one, so it takes this lady and turns her into a cyborg in about 2 seconds. That's all it takes to turn a person into a half-person, half-machine. Just a couple of seconds time and poof, done! Superman goes back and he fetches the plot device acid that I mentioned earlier, sets it inside the computer, it heats up, computer is destroyed. Now, Lana Lang, whose story I've mostly ignored because that's what the writers of the next movie did, ends up getting a job working for Perry White, so she can see Clark Kent every day. And Clark Kent even gives her a gigantic diamond ring that he claims is from Superman. Boy, that's real sweet. Shame we'll never hear from her again. So yeah, this movie was a giant festering turd. It hurt. This movie hurt me. First of all, 99% of the stuff that happens in this movie is absolutely ridiculous and doesn't work in reality. Now, I understand that we're talking about a movie in which a man can fly, but still, he's supposed to be the fantastic element who's able to stop bad guys. It doesn't mean the entire world needs to be batshit crazy. Second of all, the only decent thing in this entire movie is the Lana Lang story, which, oh yeah, never comes up again. Plus, we take out 2 of the main characters from the previous 2 and the next film with little to no explanation. Why? Because this film isn't awkward enough in the series. This script could have been written by a 12-year-old who was just told what a computer is. And I want to know why half the movie features Richard Pryor instead of, you know, the Man of Steel, who the movie is named after. Yeah, all in all, not fun. Not enjoyable. Join us next time as I explore the happiness of the Katakuris. For real this time. I promise.
Thank you for watching WTF Cinema. Until next time, what the f***, man?